In the world of football, few rivalries ever truly changed the game. But then, two boys were born on opposite ends of the same dream. One in the dusty streets of Madeira, the other in the quiet heart of Rosario, Argentina. Two names that would come to define an entire generation: Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. They didn't just play football, they redefined it. They didn't just chase trophies, they became the trophies. For nearly 2 decades, they turned the world's most beautiful game into an art form. A war, a theater of perfection and obsession. But beneath every roar of the crowd, beneath every goal and golden boot, lay something far deeper. A rivalry not born out of hatred, but out of the pursuit of greatness. This is the story of two men who carried the hopes of billions. Two forces that collided and reshaped football forever. A story of discipline, destiny, and divine talent. Welcome to Messi and Ronaldo, the rivalry that changed football forever. Before we continue, tell us in the comments, if greatness had a face, whose would it be? Messi or Ronaldo? Your answer might just start a war in the comments. Lionel Messi was born into humility. A shy boy from Rosario. His family barely had enough to live, but they had enough to believe. From his earliest days, the ball seemed drawn to him, not as an object, but as a companion. He didn't run to the ball ran to him. But behind the magic, there was pain. At age 11, Messi was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency. Doctors said he might never grow tall enough to play professionally. It should have ended there. But destiny had other plans. When Barcelona heard of a small boy in Argentina with impossible control, they took a chance. They offered to pay for his treatment, in exchange for a future none of them could yet imagine. A future where a small, quiet boy would go on to conquer the world. Meanwhile, across the ocean, in the rugged hills of Madeira, Portugal, another story was being written. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro. Unlike Messi, Ronaldo was loud, fierce, relentless. Where Messi was born with grace, Ronaldo was built through grit. He didn't want to be good. He wanted to be unstoppable. His father was a kit man. His mother, a fighter who raised him through poverty and pain. And every night, Ronaldo looked up at the stars and whispered to himself, "I will not stay here forever." That promise became his fuel. Through sweat, tears, and sacrifice, he trained like a man possessed, a boy chasing a future no one else could see. And by the time he stepped into Sporting Lisbon's academy, everyone knew something dangerous was coming. Two boys, two dreams, two continents apart. Neither could have imagined that one day, their paths would cross on the grandest stages of all, and the world would never be the same again. If you've ever chased a dream that felt impossible, drop a yes in the comments, because both these men proved that no dream is too far for those who never stop believing. By 2008, the world had begun to whisper two names, Messi and Ronaldo. Ronaldo had conquered England, a Premier League champion, a Champions League winner, and a Ballon d'Or shining in his hands. He was electric, a storm in motion. Every flick, every shot, every celebration screamed, "I am here." Meanwhile, in Spain, a silent genius was rewriting football's language. Messi, under Pep Guardiola, was becoming something else, not just a player, but a phenomenon. He didn't dominate through power. He destroyed through precision. Every touch was poetry. Every run, a riddle defenders couldn't solve. Then came 2009, Champions League final. Rome. Manchester United versus Barcelona. Ronaldo versus Messi. Power versus purity. The world held its breath. Ronaldo attacked like a gladiator. Messi danced like an artist. And then, in one floating moment, Messi leapt higher than anyone expected. A header, a goal, a symbol. The torch had been passed, but the fire had just begun. Let me ask you, who truly changed football, the relentless perfectionist or the divine artist? Comment fire for Ronaldo or light for Messi. Let's see which side the world still stands on. From 2009 to 2018, football was no longer just a game. It became a battlefield. Every season had the same two headlines: Messi and Ronaldo. When one broke a record, the other shattered it. When one scored a hat trick, the other replied in kind. Every week was a duel. Every Ballon d'Or was a war. The media called it rivalry, but in truth it was balance. They made each other better. They forced each other to evolve. In Spain, the rivalry reached fever pitch. El Clásico, Barcelona versus Real Madrid. The world stopped to watch. Messi in blue and red, Ronaldo in white and gold. Two empires colliding beneath a billion eyes. Every goal, every gesture, every glance became legend. Ronaldo, the embodiment of power and control. Messi, the definition of grace and instinct. And the fans, they were no longer watching football. They were witnessing mythology unfold. They became more than athletes. They became belief systems. For Messi's believers, he was proof that talent and humility could coexist. For Ronaldo's faithful, he was proof that hard work could rival destiny itself. And in that clash of values, football found something divine, a story that united and divided billions. If you were lucky enough to witness both in their prime, you've already seen history that may never repeat. Comment below, which moment defined this rivalry for you? Between 2011 and 2018, the world watched football ascend to its highest level. Because on one side of Spain, in the city of Barcelona, Lionel Messi was crafting a symphony. Under Pep Guardiola, the tiki-taka revolution became his stage. Every touch was rhythm, every pass, a note in an eternal melody. The world had never seen such fluidity. 50 goals a season became normal. Defenders no longer tried to stop him. They tried to survive him. And across the divide, Cristiano Ronaldo, now dressed in royal white, was turning Real Madrid into a war machine. His training sessions were mythic, his hunger unmatched. Every sprint, every leap, every finish was designed for one purpose: dominance. Champions League nights became their battlefield. Messi scoring from impossible angles. Ronaldo soaring above defenders, defying gravity, time, and doubt. From 2014 to 2018, Ronaldo ruled Europe, for Champions Leagues in 5 years. Messi ruled Spain, 6 league titles in 8 seasons. Each was a king in his own kingdom, each living in the other's shadow and light. They weren't just breaking records, they were redefining limits. Every young boy now measured himself by their standards. Every coach built systems to stop them, and failed. Every season, journalists searched for new words to describe the indescribable. But perfection comes with a price. And soon, that price would begin to show. Which moment still gives you goosebumps? Messi's solo goal against Madrid, or Ronaldo's overhead kick against Juventus? Comment your answer below, and tell us why it moved you. Time spares no one, not even the gods of the game. By 2018, the unthinkable began. Ronaldo, after 9 years of glory at Madrid, left for Juventus. The empire fractured. An era ended. And Messi, the heartbeat of Barcelona, watched his own kingdom begin to crumble. His teammates aged. His magic now forced to carry entire seasons alone. Tears in Rome. Pain in Anfield. Heartbreak in Lisbon. And yet, even as they aged, they refused to fade. Ronaldo conquered Italy. Messi broke every scoring record in Spain. But the shadows of their greatness began to stretch. You could feel it, a sense that the world was witnessing the last act of a divine story. Even as their bodies began to tire, their legacies only grew stronger. They had become the standard by which all others were measured. But every era must end. And as the twilight approached, football began to ask, if not Messi, if not Ronaldo, then who? When you think of your childhood, was it the number 7 or the number 10 that defined your dreams? Comment below, because for millions, those numbers weren't just jerseys, they were faith. By the dawn of the 2020s, football was changing. The world was faster, younger, louder. But Messi and Ronaldo still stood, not as players, but as monuments. The rivalry that had defined a generation was slowly giving way to legacy. Ronaldo's footsteps echoed across nations, from Manchester to Madrid, from Turin to Manchester again, and straight to Saudi Arabia. Each goal, Each appearance, a statement that greatness knows no border. Messi's journey, too, was transforming. His tears in Barcelona turned into a new chapter, Paris. A city of lights, a foreign field, and to the MLS where he sought new purpose. And then came destiny's final test, the 2022 FIFA World Cup. For Messi, it was the last mountain. For Argentina, it was a prophecy waiting to be fulfilled. And when he finally lifted that golden trophy in Qatar, after decades of heartbreak, it wasn't just victory. It was vindication. The little boy who once needed medicine to grow had now lifted the world on his shoulders. And Ronaldo, even in heartbreak, he remained a symbol of perseverance. A warrior who never stopped believing. A man who taught the world that greatness isn't just in victory, it's in the refusal to surrender. And just like that, the curtain began to close on a rivalry that had lasted almost 20 years. But as one chapter ended, another began, the chapter of immortality. Messi and Ronaldo didn't just dominate a sport, they changed its soul. Before them, records belonged to legends of the past, Pelé, Maradona, and Cruyff. But these two, they didn't chase ghosts. They became the new ones. Every generation now grows up in their shadow. Every young player dreams of their consistency, their hunger, their heart. Messi taught the world that football could still be pure, that silence and simplicity could outshine noise and ego. Ronaldo taught the world that limits are lies, that with obsession, work, and faith, you can bend destiny itself. Together, they blurred the line between human and myth. And beyond goals and trophies, they left something far more powerful, inspiration. The kind that pushes a poor kid to wake up early, kick a ball against a wall, and whisper to himself, I can be like them. You've heard their story. Now tell us yours. Who inspired you more, the humble genius or the relentless warrior? Type their name in the comments and let the debate live forever. One day, new stars will rise. Records will be broken. New names will echo through stadiums. But no matter what happens, the world will always return to the golden years of Messi and Ronaldo, because they weren't just players. They were time itself, marking the beginning and end of an age. They showed us that greatness isn't about being better than others, but about becoming the best version of yourself. They showed us that art and ambition could coexist, that rivalry can birth respect, that dreams can change the world. And so, as the lights dim, as the chants fade, two silhouettes remain, number 7 and number 10. Different paths, same destination, immortality. They didn't just play the game, they became it. If this story moved you, like, share, and subscribe, because legends never die. They live on in every heart that remembers.